Oh, Canada, what happened? We used to be the bastion of lefty pundits in the United States saying just how great they'd have it if they could just adopt the socialist policies like Canada did. Well, now they're not saying that so much. The story on the ground in Canada is a lot like this, and we see a lot of this online today.
Hey there, Canadian here. I'm just wondering if I missed the memos or, the days that the protests and rallies are starting in regards to like our shitty housing situation and food costs and the raising taxes and the horrible healthcare.
Oh, you missed the bus by about 2 years. Yeah, you could start doing that as well. You might find yourself on the wrong end of the stick of the state. Yeah, you might have your bank accounts frozen, might declare a state of emergency, and they may hold you on trial for the next 2 years I don't know what, on charges of mischief. I digress. We all know the story of that. Now, pundits in the United States are asking, what the heck, Canada? What's happened?
And finally, new rule: if we want to save our country, we should follow the advice good liberals have given for decades and learn from other countries.
Yeah.
Especially those beacons of progressivism
think about that.
like Canada, England, and Scandinavia. And I agree we should, as long as we're honest about the lessons we're learning, and as long as we're up to date on the current data, such as the unemployment rate in the U.S. is 3.8%, and in Canada it's 6.1%.
Oh, boy.
And of the 15 North American cities with the worst air pollution, 14 are in Canada.
Why would that be?
I'm not citing these stats because I have it out for Canada. I love Canada and its people and always have.
And all the celebrities that moved here after Donald Trump was, I know that didn't happen. Yeah, never mind.
Zombie lies.
Zombie lies.
Zombie lies.
And what are zombie lies, Bill Maher?
Change, but what people say about them doesn't. Yes, for decades, places like Vancouver and Amsterdam and Stockholm seemed idyllic because everything was free and all the energy we needed was produced by riding a bike to your job at the windmill.
Now, it sounds funny, but this is the picture that a lot of people have for Canada in the United States. It really is ridiculous. It's crazy. And as time has been going on, I mean, we've been seeing just how bad it's been getting. And I'll get on with more of what Bill Maher has to say, but I won't show it in its entirety. I'll leave a link in the description down below. Get back into what he has to say. But this is the sentiment on the ground in Canada. I love this. This is a brilliant piece of parody.
The easiest side hustle right now in Canada is crime.
Oh, wow.
If you're a starving senior and you're having trouble making ends meet, I can help you. I stole this watch and these pearls, and now I can have fruits and vegetables.
Aw.
And get this. Stealing one Lexus and shipping it to the Middle East will heat my home, pay my taxes, and put food on my table for an entire year.
Now, this is a brilliant piece of parody because it's the reality on the streets in Canada. And I mean, she's talking about, for the American audience out there that doesn't know about auto theft in Canada, it's skyrocketed because criminals have found a new customer, and that's the Middle East. They've been stealing vehicles and shipping them on train cars, and then somehow the RCMP have no jurisdiction over the train cars. People have had air tags on their vehicles. They watch it leave, go onto the train cars, and then right onto a boat, and then ship off to the Middle East. And seemingly nobody's doing anything about it. And of course, when criminals realize that there's nothing that you can do about it, well, they're just going to do a whole lot more of it. And this is why it's a brilliant piece of parody. But this isn't parody. This is a comedy show, but they're talking about just how bad Canada's been getting.
There's only one problem with thinking everything's better in Canada. It's not.
It isn't.
Not anymore, anyway. Last year, Canada added 1.3 million people, which is a lot in 1 year, the equivalent of the U.S. adding 11 million migrants in 1 year. And now they're experiencing a housing crisis even worse than ours. And we're sleeping in tents.
So are we, Bill Maher.
The median price of a home here is $346,000. In Canada, converted to U.S. dollars, it's $487,000. If Barbie moved to Winnipeg, she wouldn't be able to afford her dream house, and Ken would be working at Tim Hortons.
Okay, so I'll leave a link in the description down below where you can watch this in its entirety. It's a good parody on Canada, but it's not the only one. Here we have the Jimmy Dore live show, and there's a stand-in for Jimmy Dore, but they're criticizing Canada and in awe, going, "What the heck happened?"
Oh, Canada. All right, so Canada is having a lot of trouble, honestly. It's a little hard to make out some of it in regards to, as I said, I'm working on an article about their current euthanasia policies. But I don't want to beat up on them. They're very often a punching bag for people who want to make an argument against socialized healthcare.
No, wait a second. Let's make that argument. Canada is the only country in the OECD that was actually loyal to the idea of socialized medicine. And the reason why I say this is because no other OECD country denies people access to private medical. This is the only country that does that. We don't have a private option. We have the government option, and that is it. Now, in other countries, they've fared better, I would largely say, because of this. So if anything, advocates of socialized medicine, they should be looking to Canada for all the ins and outs, and don't ignore the fact that it's failed so miserably. Please, let's not do that. But let's get into the story. Gets into it a little bit further into this because they get yapping. But I want to let him tell the story about Canada here.
So what are they giving us, 10% on the revenue?
Yeah, it might even be public domain. I mean, it's old.
Hospitals and food lines, even in Canada. You ever see Meaning of Life, where you have all the British fighting in Africa? A tiger in Africa?
Again, a stand-in for Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore, funny guy.
Canada has long prided itself on its social programs meant to reduce poverty and equalize access to what are seen as core rights like healthcare, education, food, and shelter. It spends hundreds of billions of dollars a year on social safety supports that are a major reason millions of people want to move to the northern nation. But key parts of its safety net are fraying, in some cases badly. In 2013, Canada ranked 13th out of 170 countries in meeting the basic needs of citizens, according to data tracked by Social Progress Imperative. By 2023, it had fallen to 39th, in large part because of a lack of affordable housing. Looking back 50 years ago, Canada had a relatively robust social safety net, reads a 2023 report.
Because we were rich. And this is the problem with a lot of this socialism or left-wing thinking is, yeah, if we just helped everybody out, yeah, that's fine. If we're rich, we can do it. But if we do it at the detriment of society, of business, essentially of business, if we get in the way of people being able to run businesses, then the businesses leave, and then we are no longer rich. And this is actually where we are in Canada. Here's a great clip to illustrate this.
We are witnessing firsthand the downfall of Canada. We are on the verge of an economic...
I'm a single person business owner. My business does good numbers. But because of all these taxes and everything going on, profit is going down. And now with a lot of the shit that Trudeau just put in, it's making my business even harder to run. Why? Because my customers really can't afford to buy more because they're being taxed more. For me, I'm taxed to the fucking hilt. Extra $100 a week in fuel just to keep my business on the road. GST through the fucking roof. This tax through the roof. Anyway, this keeps up. Yeah. I'm one of those businesses that shutting down and going to another country because that other country that I'm going into has a 6% business tax and no employee tax. So why would I want to be here?
It's unbelievable. Now, Americans are, you know, a lot of people are going through woes as well, but not quite as much as Canada. And Canada's government is not helping out very much. A lot of Canadians that are struggling end up moving to America and doing quite well. And well, it's largely because of these measures that the government has been putting in. Here's another case of this.
Canada, we're going downhill real quick. I have to show you guys something. This trucker posted his receipt to show how much he pays in carbon tax. And oh my gosh, okay. So $41.69.93 is what he paid.
Wow.
Can you guess how much tax he pays on top of that?
Oof, oof, oof. Who gets to pay that?
That's over $2,500 just in taxes. Well, guess who's gonna have to compensate for that additional $2,500? The consumer.
Who?
On everything you purchase. We're going downhill real quick.
That's the reality of the situation. Any of these new taxes that they bring in, they just get passed on to the consumer. So the prices just go up. I mean, this is basic economics. I don't know. I don't understand why people don't get this, or maybe they don't want to get this. I have no clue. But we've seen it in the news over and over and over again. Canada is really struggling, and this is the case. And I mean, I don't mean to blackpill people. I don't want to do this. The whole point of this is to get people to possibly write their MPs, to talk to fellow citizens, to say, this enough is enough. This is crazy. Canadians need to stand up, and Canadians need to do something about this. And this is largely what we're focused on moving forward. In fact, there's a conference coming up in June. This will be on June 21st to 23rd. If you're in the Vancouver area, this is going to be in Victoria. Actually, I'll be at the event. There's going to be a lot of speakers at the event, a lot of great people there, and this is going to be one of those ones that's going to be motivating people to do something better. We're going to move Canada in a different direction, and this is the whole point of this. So if you want more information about this, I'll leave a link in the description. It'll be the very top link. Check that out. It's an event that's coming up in June. The more the merrier. This is going to be really good. I'll be there. Many other voices will be there. More to come on this one. But anyway, I'm going to leave this one at that. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. What are your plans? What are your plans with how crazy things are getting in Canada? Are you going to pack up and leave? Or are you going to fight? Are you going to stay and see this through, see what happens? Because at the end of the day, can't stay the way it's going. It cannot stay the way it's going. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you in the next one. Keep on trucking.